I know the one reason why I failed my first year of college, of university. And it's not all the little excuses I made. It's because of one thing: mental illness. I had a lack of mental health. And if that had been different, I would have succeeded. Because for the past years, I've thought of a bunch of excuses that I had for those 2.5-ish years that I was in school about why I failed and why I was unmotivated and distracted. But when I look back at it now, it's because of that one reason. It's because of mental health. And when you start improving your mental health by simply doing the things that a mentally healthy person would do, and number one, having the life and having the identity of someone who is mentally healthy, then your life will improve drastically. Because you might not be mentally healthy for an entire year, but at some point, you'll see a compounding effect in which you'll be going like this, and then it'll go like this. Your life will improve. And I can see that happening now for me. An increase in focus after I really focused on therapy and trauma and resilience and emotional regulation and assertiveness and mindfulness and thankfulness. All those things were very integral to living the rest of my life. And if I don't have one of those things in the future, it'll show. Like if I stop being thankful, I'm gonna have a bad day. I had a bad day today. Like it started off bad. Like for some reason I was sad. Like I was looking at the world and all I saw were the issues in the world. And that's what kind of happens when you see the news. Because you can't do anything about much of the news. You can't really change like the overall trajectory of your country or the world. Not the average person. And so you have to learn to live with it. And what I wasn't doing there, when I was sad, was I was not being thankful, not being grateful, not having gratefulness for my life, and being grateful for the world. And so if I had stopped and thought, what am I doing right now? A few hours earlier, I wouldn't have had a bad part of that day. I would have been more productive cleaning my room, which severely needs to be cleaned. I would have probably gone to the gym. I would have written some. But the key part that was missing was gratefulness. Because you need that key. You need that mental health. You need that key to run that motorcycle. So if you don't have that key of mental health, are you gonna like hotwire it or something? Like, who knows how to hotwire a motorcycle? Seems like it would be harder than doing a car. Like, you could hotwire yourself with drugs. Like, I just saw a thing on meth, like a documentary on meth, and these people are like, yeah, I'm more productive. I'm so productive. High energy meth addict. There was a guy at one of my jobs I had. It was a restaurant job. He was like a 50-year-old guy. Like, he had no business being there. Like, a very bad job. Like, you would think he would be like running a restaurant franchise at that age, but he wasn't. Instead, he had the same job that like a 14-year-old has, cooking burgers and serving them to people. And then he would be having a bad day, and he would take his break, and he would go out to his car. And I'm not sure why they didn't catch him sooner on this, because he would come back and he would be hyped. He would be super hyped. And that's you trying to fix your life with bad solutions. Because he was hyped up on meth. But you're hyped up on, video games. I'm hyped up on the internet. You're hyped up on sex, pornography, drugs and alcohol. You're hyped up on fantasy, like escaping the life you have. You're trying to fix your mental health problems. I'm trying to fix my mental health problems by a shitty replacement. So when you stop using that, you realize the emptiness in your life. And that's why some people feel empty. It's because they're filling it with things. What if you can sit there and not fill it with things? What if you could actually fix your mental health by trying one thing, one time this week that would be good for your mental health? And if you did that just once, maybe you'd see a tiniest bit of results. And you'd be like, it wasn't a waste of time. So do that.